Welcome students. Today we are going to start a new chapter 12, that is arrays and structures. First let us see about array. First we will see what is meant by variables. Variables means it is used to store the data. It is one of the basic building blocks of C++ program. Here one example has been given for variable, that is int a equal to 5. A is a variable name. The value 5 has been assigned to a. Next example, 5 variables have been declared, that is id1, id2, id3, id4 and id5. So in this way the variables has been declared in C++. Let us see about what is meant by array. In variable we can use multiple declaration, but in array, even in one array we can store multiple values. The basic definition for the array is, it is a collection of variables of the same type, that is or referenced by a common name. Array example, int id of 5. So here we have given 5 variables has been declared. But if you have given us variable means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, id1, id2 like that you have to give. But if you are using array means simply we can give id of 5 alone is enough. So let us see the types of array. There are 3 types of arrays are available in C++, that is one-dimensional array, two-dimensional arrays and multi-dimensional array. One-dimensional array represent the values that are stored in single row or in a single column. The syntax for the one-dimensional array is data type, array name and array size. Data type means either it may be an integer or character or float, double, whatever we want we can give. Integer means it can store only numbers without decimal places. Float means it can store number with the decimal places. And character means we can store characters. Array name, the name has been given by the user. You have to follow some rules for giving the name of the array. And finally we have to give the array size. The array must begin with subscript, that is subscript always commences from 0, and the size of the array must always be a positive number. Let us see the example for array. Int num of 10. 10 variables has been declared, that is num of 0, num of 1, num of 2 up to num of 9. So 10 variables has declared even in a single type, that is array. Subscript always commences from 0, so 0 to 9. Each thing we can store different values. Some other examples also given for the array declaration. Character, employee name of 25. The employee name, it contains the alphabets, so we have declared as character, and 25 characters have been stored. And float, salary of 20. Salary, it may contains the decimal places, so we have declared it as float. And 20 variables has been declared, that is array. And some of the arrays in integer, a of 5, b of 10 and c of 15. So this much arrays has been declared. Next, memory representation of one-dimensional array. As already I said, this one-dimensional array can hold a single row or a single column. It requires the amount of storage to store the array values. There are different memory size has been allocated for various data types. Integer means 2 byte, character means 1 byte, float 4 byte, double 8 byte, long double 10 bytes, like that in Turbo C++. In Dev, integer means 4 bytes. So in this example, int num of 5, that is num of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 to 4. Num of 0, 4 spaces has been allocated, and num of 1, 4 because it occupies 4 bytes. Num of 2 as such 4, and num of 3, num of 4, like that 4 bytes. Let us see the memory space allocated for the data type in Turbo C++ and Dev C++. This thing we have already discussed in 9th chapter also. Character means both in Turbo and Dev 1. Integer means in Turbo it is 2, in Dev it is 4. Float means in Turbo and Dev both 4 bytes. Long means Turbo and C++ both 4 bytes. Double also in Turbo and Dev both 8 bytes. Long double, Turbo and Dev both 10 bytes. This memory space allocation can be calculated using the formula number of bytes allocated for type of array into number of elements. Here one example has been given to calculate the memory space allocation. Int a of 5. 5 elements are there. A is a array. It is declared as an integer. Integer means how many bytes in Dev? 4 bytes. So 4 we have given. Into elements 5. So 4 into 5, 20 bytes is the memory allocation for this example. In this way we can calculate the memory space allocation. It may sometimes asked in 1 mark or 2 mark. Next, initializing the values to the array. The syntax for initialization is data type, array name, size equal value 1, value 2 up to value n. Here an example is given. Int age of 5, 19, 21, 16, 1, 50 is given. Age of 0, age 19 is stored. In age of 1, 21 is stored. Like that 16, 1, 50 all are stored because 5 elements are there, 0 to 4. Each element has been stored. Some other examples also given for array initialization. Float x of 5. Here it accepts 5 elements with float. Float means it contains decimal places. That is 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9 and 6.1. Next, character. It accepts 6 elements. That is A, E, I, O, U. Backslash 0. It is the null character. So A, E, I, O, U has been taken. Finally, null character also allocated. In this way, array has been initialized. One example for accessing the array element. Here 5 element we have given. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now we are going to print each element separately. That is num of 2. In second position what it is there? In 0 position 10. First position 20. Second position 30. So in output 30 has been printed. Next we have given num of 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 means 4. So in fourth position 50 is there because it starts from 0 to 4. Last position 50. So 50 has been printed. Next, num of t equal to t plus 1. Already t value 2. 2 plus 1, 3. What is in third position? 40 is there. 0, 1, 2, 3. That is 0 position 10. First 20. Second 30. Third position 40. So the output has been printed as 40. In this way, we can access the array elements. Let us see the next example. To input 10 values and we are going to count how many number of odd numbers and how many number of even numbers. Here we have used for loop. First we are getting the input values from the user, 10 input values. The user has given 78, 51, 32, 66, 41, 68, 27, 65, 28 and 94. Here first we have taken the first number 78. 78 modulus 2. The remainder is 0 means it is an even number. If it is not equal to 0, then it is an odd number. So each number we have checked, and if it is even number, it will be added, and if it is odd number count will be increased. Finally, we are getting the output as 6 even numbers and 4 odd numbers. So in this way we can calculate the odd numbers and even numbers. Modulus means, I think you already know, it gives the remainder value. Division means it has given quotient. Modulus, that is percentage symbol, is there. Modulus means it gives the remainder value. We are taking the remainder value with 0. If it is equal means it is an even number. It is not equal to 0 means it is an odd number. So in today's class we have discussed about array and types of array. In this types, one-dimensional array, we have discussed how to declare one-dimensional array and how to initialize the values to the one-dimensional array, and also how to access the array elements also we have discussed. In tomorrow's class, we can go for the two-dimensional array, declaration, initialization and accessing the two-dimensional array. In this lesson, we are also going to cover about structures. In next class, we will see about both structures and also the two-dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Thank you.